Wemby's the MVP this year, and I'm going to tell you why. Nikola Jokic says today's basketball is better than yesterday's basketball. Pat Bev said D. Wade isn't better than James Harden, but I beg to differ. Isiah Thomas told us if Kevin Durant was playing in his era, he would have won 6 championships too. Now, before we go there, I got to introduce my guy. My guy, E. What's good with you, my boy?
What's good, bro?
And I'm your boy, Sean Suge Amos, and this is The Real Hooper Show. Now, E, I got Wemby as the MVP. You like that?
Nah, I don't like that.
Oh,
bro.
wow, bro. So who the MVP?
Luka, but I got Luka as my MVP, bro.
So first off, Luka is top 5 MVP. I will say that. He's top 5. But he's like 4. I say he's 4th.
You put Luka 4th in the MVP
Yep,
race?
I have Wemby first, SGA second, Nikola Jokic.
See, that's the part right
Yeah,
there.
you're
That's
right.
the
You're
part,
right.
you know
You're
what I'm
right.
saying?
I put Luka third. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Here's why Luka, he's doing great. He's dropping 60-point games. He's played 62 games this season. His team is third. He's averaging 33 points a game. Over the last, I believe, 4 or 5 games, he's averaging about 39 points a game. He's doing great, but the issue is this. He wasn't doing this all year. Was he scoring points? Absolutely. But was his team flourishing the way they're flourishing now? Was he playing defense the way he's playing defense right now? Was he playing it all year like that? Nah. MVP is not part-time, my boy. It's not part-time. Do they win without him? No. Has he improved in areas? Yes. That's what development is. But he's not the MVP for that reason. You got to do it the entire time.
No, that's fair to say.
That's all I'm saying. Is he good? Is he great? Am I entertained? Am I impressed? Heck yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with Luka's doing, man. I actually became a Luka fan, man. I find myself playing 2K sometimes and going, let me get the Lakers, man. Luka, go to work.
Yeah, that's actually insane, bro.
Lakers, let's go to work.
That's actually insane, bro.
But then I put SGA ahead of him. SGA for obvious reasons. Right? Team number 1, he's averaging 31 points. He's played 62 out of 74 games. But here's the thing. Here's my thing with SGA being number 2. He missed 9 games in February, right? The OKC lost to the Spurs, Rockets, and Milwaukee in February. But they lost to these teams with less than 10 points a game. So what that says to me is they have a great system in place. Now, that system doesn't thrive without SGA, but when he's not in the game, when he's not on the court, when he's not playing, they still can ball. He's still the MVP. He's still the second for MVP, but I believe Wemby creates more. SGA, he's doing great things, though. He's shooting about 72%. He only gives his team about 2 turnovers a game, so he's not hurting his team. I like him, but he's just not better than Wemby right now.
See, my thing with SGA, he hasn't had his co-star, Jalen Williams, for the majority of the season.
Fair.
And Chet hasn't stepped up or developed to the level that
Chet averaging like 17 points. What you want him to do?
Yeah, but I would imagine he would be doing more for the team.
He's a 17 to 21 point scorer.
Okay, that's
but he's
fair.
always been a 17, 21 point scorer. I don't expect him to jump out there and score 30. But listen, I'm looking at these stats. SGA has almost 8 guys on his team averaging over 10 points. Like some guys like 9.8, 9.5, but he got roughly about 8. So what that says to me is that guys can score 9 one night and they might can score 15 another night. And they all have the freedom to shoot the basketball. So anybody can get hot any given night. Is SGA still the guy? Yes, but does he have a great team? Absolutely. In fact, all of them got good teams. I think all the guys who's in the running for the MVP is not old school. It's not Allen Iverson putting his team on his back and everybody getting awards because Allen Iverson brought him to the limelight. No, this is a good team. These are good teams. But for me, I like Wemby. I like Wemby. Wemby averaging 24 points right now, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks. His team is number 2. But they're about 2 games away from OKC. He played about 59 games out of the 74 so far. When Wemby's out, they're 10-4. When Wemby's in the lineup, they're about 46-13. So they carry a 78 winning percentage with them. Out of all the teams, when I look at the teams that they play, right? When I look at the teams who matter, right? The Rockets, they beat that series 3-1. OKC, they beat that series 4-1. Boston, 2-0. Denver, 1-1. The Pistons, 2-0. The Knicks, 1-1. The Lakers, 3-1. When Wemby's on the court, he brings so much gravity. So even if he doesn't have the ball, guys need to double him. People need to double around him. So what happens is, because everyone's sinking in and making sure he does not get the ball, it leaves the shooters open. It leaves all these guys open to create shots for themselves. He's 22 years old. The upside is tremendous. If he wins MVP, he'll be the second 22-year-old to win the MVP. And the first person is Derrick Rose. But he's actually younger than Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose was 22 in 196 days. And Wemby is 22, 82 days. That's what I'm saying. Listen, bro. I mean, when you think about this kid's upside, it's amazing. And he changed a couple of things in his game. That's what brought the team from not making the playoffs to making the playoffs this year. Last year, he was shooting almost 9 threes a game. This year, he's shooting 5. He's shooting 5 threes a game, man.
You see his comments on why he should be the MVP this season?
No, I didn't. What would you say?
One of the things he mentioned was basketball's a two-sided court and defense is part of basketball.
Fact.
And it sparked the conversation. Should defense be under consideration in deciding MVPs? Because previous MVPs, they haven't been defensive-oriented players. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The defensive side wasn't a main focus. So should that be taken under consideration for Wemby's case in being MVP?
Absolutely. That makes all the difference in this game. But here's the issue you're going to have with Wemby. He's 7'5". Is he 7'3" or 7'5"? 7'5"? 7'4", 7'5", somewhere around there. But people are going to devalue his defense abilities because of that. But see, I watch him off the ball. His ability to get from one side of the court to the next off the ball is tremendous for a guy his size. He's going to be in the Defensive Player of the Year award conversation for many years. It's going to get to a point where people get exhausted of seeing him with the Defensive Player of the Year. You know? So I think that definitely comes into play. But what he's doing on the court right now for the points that he have, I mean, he's doing that under 30 minutes a game. So when he gets to the playoffs, he's definitely going to be reserved. He's definitely going to be ready to go. So we talked about SGA. We talked about Luka. Let's talk about Jokic, man. Jokic, I'll say, I might wake up tomorrow morning and be like, I will put Jokic ahead of Luka. I mean, listen, I like Denver. Denver plays good basketball. I love teams that play good basketball. Jokic is averaging 27, 12, and 10. His last 2 games, he has 36 assists with 2 turnovers. 36 assists, 2 turnovers from a center. That's amazing. I watched the Mavericks game where he had 23 points, 21 rebounds, and 19 assists. That's like you talk about a center doing this. If he finishes this year leading the league in rebounds and assists, he'd be the first person to do it since Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain did it in 67, 68. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 23 rebounds and 8 assists. 23 rebounds and 8 assists. I don't think we give Wilt enough credit. Like 23 rebounds and 8 assists. And people will say, oh, he was the one of his kind. He was the only 7-footer back then. That's how they're going to feel about Wemby. When Wemby walks away from this, right? Let's say Wemby walks away. He gets like 7 championships, right? He gets like 7 championships over his career. They're going to be like, oh, he was 7'5", though.
You see, the thing is, with women, we're actually seeing it. So we're seeing people are going to live to see the impact of Wemby. People are going to be able to go back and watch his highlights.
True.
Ain't nobody saw Wilt, bro.
Nobody, listen, people see Wilt. They just didn't see the 100 points.
Nah.
They didn't see the 100 points. But here's the thing with Wemby, right? I always say this. I always say people don't want to follow players or not inspire or don't give players enough credit who they can't mimic. If you can't mimic Wemby, it's not going to be in everybody's favor. You get what I'm saying? Like we could mimic Jordan a little bit. Maybe we couldn't do things at his level, but we all faded away before. We all try to walk around, jump with a tongue out. We try to do that, you know. But Steph, like guys like Steph Curry, you can mimic Steph. We can shoot threes. Dame Lillard, we can do this after hitting the 3. We can celebrate after hitting the 3. But Magic Johnson is kind of challenging at that point.
Now you think is because all the players you named, they got iconic moments or they got iconic signatures.
Right.
You think if Wemby is able to come up with an iconic signature that young kids can mimic, like for example, if he has his own version of a step back, like the LeBron 3.
Right.
He
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like,
I think it'll come over time. I think right now he's so young, he's focusing on winning. He's focusing on getting the championship. You know, Spurs is championship culture, and they haven't won a championship in a long time.
But if he does come up with something like that, is that going to help?
That can help.
His case, you know what I'm saying?
That can help if it's cool. If it has like a thing where like, oh, I'm gonna do the Wemby. Yeah, kids will do it. Kids will do the Wemby.
That sounds nasty, bro.
The Wemby? I don't know what he gonna do. He's just so tall and lanky. So it's like, I understand it, but at the end of the day, you looking at it like you got to be marketable for people to carry your name. Jordan was marketable, bro. The style, the flair, I thought about this the other day. You think about Jordan sneakers, right? He's the only person who can really get away with turning basketball shoes into low tops. Like the low top ones, then you throw somebody, then you throw Off-White on them, you throw Travis Scott on them. You know what I mean? He the only one to get around. I don't want to see the low LeBrons. I don't want to see LeBrons in a low top, you know? So because Jordan was the first of his kind, but he also had the flair, the style to go with everything, you know? I don't think we'll ever see something like that again, you know? But it really depends, man. It depends on where his career goes. But again, he's the MVP this year. I know I had Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown was up there for me. He definitely tugged the Celtics along the way while Jason Tatum was out. He's averaging 31 points. But, you know, his team not better than any of the teams on the West. Like, I don't see the Celtics beating OKC in a 7-game series. I don't think they could beat the Spurs in a 7-game series. They'll battle with the Lakers, and they may battle with the Nuggets. I think they'll battle with the Nuggets too. But I don't think they beat those top 2 teams.
Now, you got to keep in mind, though, the Celtics, that's a team that's been at the top before. That's a team that won the championship.
Yeah.
So I
they
feel
beat the Mavericks, though.
Yeah, but they still got there.
They beat Kyrie and Luka Doncic.
But they still got
Luke, and you talking about a place who didn't play no defense.
Nah.
OKC going to run them out of the gym, bro.
Nah, you see, it's easy to say now because it's a regular season. But I feel like if they were to meet in the finals, I feel like it will be because bro, the Pacers took OKC to Game 7.
The Pacers took OKC to Game 7.
Don't get it messed up, bro. OKC they could get beat, bro. Denver took them to a Game 7. Pacers took it to a Game 7. So there's teams out there that could beat them, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're not this like unstoppable.
I know. I'm not saying they're unstoppable. I'm just saying the Celtics ain't gonna win. Like, I'm not saying that. I just think that I don't care. I think the Celtics can get to the finals. I think the Celtics can get past the Knicks. I do have faith. I think Jaylen Brown did a good job this year. You know, if he does win MVP, he'd be the first player to win MVP from the Eastern Conference since 2022-23 season, Joel Embiid. So, but I just don't see him. He's not having a better. He don't have a better case than Luka, the Joker, Wemby.
All the other guys.
Yeah, man. You guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Let me know. Put it in the comments. Do you think Jaylen Brown has a case? Who's your MVP? Who's your MVP? Now, Isiah Thomas came out and said, if Kevin Durant played in his era, shit, he'll win 6 championships too. What do you think about that? You think Isiah Thomas is accurate with this?
Of course, bro.
Yeah, listen, bro. Look, I'm not going to sit here and devalue 6 championships. 6 championships is hard, bro. That's a challenge, man. That's a grind. You got to salute anybody who can win multiple championships. But like Isiah Thomas said, though, if you put the same team around Kevin Durant, he'll win multiple championships. You put Scottie Pippen, a mature Scottie Pippen, someone who says, you know what? You do you, big dog. I'm going to lock up over here. Hey, look, if you find me somewhere cutting, go ahead and give it to me. I don't want too much. But I'm going to do me. You do you, I'm going to do me. And that's that. If you got somebody like Dennis Rodman on your team, look, bro, you shoot as much as you want. You shoot as much as you want. I got the rebounds. In fact, I don't think Dennis Rodman would have been needed as much as he was needed with the Bulls. Let me tell you why. Kevin Durant has passed Michael Jordan in scoring, shooting 2,000 shots less than Michael Jordan. So I don't think Dennis Rodman would have needed to rebound as much. He's shooting that thing at 62%. You put Kevin Durant at the elbow, a 7-footer, no help side. Everybody, yeah, he going to work. You tell me, let me know in the comments, from what series, who do you have stopping Kevin Durant? Just let me do. Who you got stopping him? Brian Russell? Who you got stopping him? Hawkins? Danny Ainge? Who you got stopping him? Dan Marley? Who you got? I don't got nobody. I don't have nobody stopping Kevin Durant at the elbow, bro. People can't stop him now. You can't stop him right now. He's 17 years in. People like, man, he just ain't getting it done. He's 38 years old. Y'all still want to do the same thing? That's how great he is. This is what I'm saying. This is where greatness speaks. When you got the same expectation. When you, listen, it's like this, right? When you go, this say you go to a high school reunion, right? You was that guy in high school. You was that guy. You got the girls. You was the man on the court, field, whatever your choice of sport was, right? And you walk in the room, and you're like, damn, bro, you still doing your thing, man. I see you. That's greatness right there, bro. They expecting the same thing they saw in high school. You 40. They like, yo, still got the grip. He's still doing it. How many people can do that? How many people from high school, your high school, right, that you can think of like, yo, he was the man in high school. He the man now. Not too many people can say that, man. So I do agree with Isiah Thomas. I ain't going to put a number of championships, but I think he'll have more than 2. I think he had multiple championships. If you disagree, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know I'm tripping, bro. What you think? You think my boy going? You think Isiah Thomas is just putting dubs on it?
Nah.
He ain't putting dubs on it. All right, man. Because I just want to make sure. Because people going to be like, oh, Isiah Thomas don't like Jordan, so he going to say, listen, man, y'all get out of them folks' personal business, bro. Just focus on basketball. You heard me? Just focus on basketball, man. So at the end of the day, I do think Kevin Durant definitely have multiple championships. Nikola Jokić says that today's basketball is better than back then. You like Nikola Jokić. So I don't want you to have a biased opinion on this.
Okay. No biased take.
No biased takes, bro.
Okay.
Do you believe that today's basketball is better than back then?
Yes, bro.
I agree with you, bro. And I'm from back then. I grew up. I was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. And I'm going to tell you that since I've played basketball as a youngster, the game has changed, man. The game has changed. The technology is better. The advanced training is better. I mean, look, Nikola Jokić used a analogy. He used the analogy that it's crazy to think basketball in the 90s is better now. That's like saying phones back then is better. The phones back then was better than now. Listen, just because you like the Razors and the BlackBerry doesn't mean it's better than the iPhone. It just doesn't. It doesn't have the same features. It doesn't have the same thing. It doesn't have the same capabilities. So it can't be better. You might like it more. Oh, I remember I had the Nextel chirp. Chirp, chirp, chirp. I remember I had the Razors doing the slide in your pocket. And these big phones right they getting in the way of my money. No, man, the phones is different, bro. The phones is different, times is different. You gotta think of it like this, right? When you was a center back in the day, you might get benched for the whole season if you shoot a three. There wasn't too many guys in the 90s shooting a three. Sam Perkins was a center power forward, and he made 444 threes. Nas Reed made 175 last year alone. Sam Perkins attempted 3 threes a game. 3 threes. Wemby attempted 8 last year. So the way players are training is completely different and is only going to improve and advance as we move forward. You think of a player like Nikola Jokić. When you look at him, you don't think he a 23, 19, and 21 guy. You don't think he a walking triple-double. You don't think that. You think, oh, man, you're going to get some rebounds or something. You're going to be a little bully down low. That's it. He start pushing that basketball, give you a no-look pass, and ain't giving you no turnovers? You ain't thinking that. So guess what's going to happen? They're going to mold other players like him. Other players going to mold themselves like him. You a tall kid, got a wide body? I'm Nikola Jokić now. I'm playing like Nikola. When you was a wide body and you was a tall kid, when I was growing up, you was baby Shaq. Shaq didn't shoot no threes. Barely went further than 10 feet. Oh, you was dunking and bullying guys. It's just advanced. You just can't do just that no more. So here's the thing where people are suffering from. Nostalgia. Nostalgia is hurting the basketball community, man. We live in a place of feelings and emotion. I never forget when I saw Tim Hardaway do that between the legs crossover. I was watching Inside Stuff. Saturday morning, Inside Stuff, watching Ahmad Rashad. I didn't get no Miami Heat games in Philly. I just keep hearing about Tim Hardaway. I go to the court. They hit Timmy. They trying to cross me. They ain't going to happen though. Right? Now, you got other guys. Now, after Tim Hardaway, who you get? Allen Iverson. Right to left. Jordan, excuse me. You see right there. Then you go Stephon Marbury. Oh, we're going to throw Jamal Crawford in there too? Baron Davis. Oh, that Kyrie Irving. Russell Westbrook. James Harden. Now, look, all the people I named, Steve Francis. Like, list goes on. All the people I named had a handle. But if you watch Tim Hardaway back then, that emotion you saw, that Tim Hardaway still got to be in your top. But he's not. He was limited. You go watch his game, everything else was basic. Kyrie Irving, he putting on a show. When JJ Redick said, if if Kyrie Irving played back in the 70s or 80s or something like that, he would have been considered a wizard. That's what he meant. Because we would have never seen something like that. The feeling of emotion that he would have gave back then with everyone playing like bland, like a Mark Jackson type, we would have been like, Kyrie Irving is the greatest ball handler of all time. No questions about it. We still say that right now, but we still got questions though. Now, is he better than James Harden? I think Jamal Crawford can handle it a little better. Nah, I like Allen Iverson a little better. Like, we still got to question the handles because we've seen so much. So we've seen so much talent over these years, we devalue all the other talent. So when he says that, I agree. I don't think yesterday's basketball is better than today's basketball. I think the style of play is different. I do want them to call travel more. I'm not going to lie. But here's the thing about that, right? Today's travel is tomorrow's. Oh, that's a good move. Good move. Listen, I'm with y'all.
Nah, low key though.
What?
That's a good move.
Yeah. you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like with what you call, like my producer here, he's 24, right? I'm 40. The stuff he called a good move, I'm calling travel. He's sitting there, he pump fake. Look, he jump stop, pump fake, then take 2 more steps. What are you doing? It's a travel. No, that's a good move. We got to stop the game and pop open our phone and Google it. No, look right here. Look right here. Come on, bro. Shoot for it, bro. Shoot for it. So when we talk about the game that we saw in the 90s versus now, it's going to be a little different, bro. It's going to be a little different, but it's definitely going to advance. I think today's basketball is for basketball lovers, real hoopers. There's real hoopers who are going to love today's basketball because the way you win is playing good basketball. Boston Celtics play good basketball. Detroit Pistons play good basketball. The Spurs, OKC, the Lakers now is playing good basketball. Denver Nuggets, good basketball. If you want to win in today's basketball, and that's on all levels, you got to play good basketball. Patrick Beverley, can you believe this? Patrick Beverley says James Harden is better than D Wade. James Harden is better than. Do you agree with that, bro? Is James Harden better than D Wade?
But I feel like that's something I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Listen, I say this. He's wrong. James Harden ain't better than no D Wade, bro. Now, when you go look at the career averages, if you a stat geek and you like, look at the average, look at the point. Let's be clear, right? D Wade, 22, 5-5, 3-time NBA champion, a finals MVP, 13-time All-Star, 8-time All-NBA, right? When D Wade flamed you, it wasn't at 22 points, bro. He averaged 31 points at one point. At one point, he did lead the league in scoring. When he flamed you, it was different. Now, James Harden is comparable. 24, 6, and 7, right? MVP. He's been an MVP. He's been a 10-time All-Star. He's also been on 7 All-NBA teams. Now, is a difference in style of play. Maybe Pat Bev meant, the style of play is better. Maybe Pat Bev said James Harden is better than D Wade because that and 1-3 he did that one year when he played with the Rockets. When he was hacking them and he hit that 3. Maybe he was like, I ain't never seen nothing like that. He better than everybody I ever played. Maybe he meant that. But James Harden didn't play championship basketball. James Harden had a one-dimensional game. He's going to give you the flashiness. He's going to give you the skills, but he's only going to play in front of the defense. He's not going to be on the fast breaks. Sometimes, but he's not all the time. He wasn't somebody you depend on in the fast breaks. Tell me your post game. Tell me a James Harden post game. He scored in the post, but that's what you know him for? Is he going to score in the baseline? I don't think so. D Wade gave you all that. D Wade going to flame you in the baseline. He going to flame you in the open court. He going to post up. He going to get to the basket in front of you and go dunk on your big man. Then he played defense. D Wade also played defense. He's been on 3 all-defensive teams. He's one of the only players to score 2,000 points, 500 assists, 150 steals, and 100 blocks all in one season. You would depend on D Wade to play great on-ball defense. James Harden, everybody got to sink over. Everybody got to step over, bro. So when he says this, when Pat Bev says this. I don't know. Maybe Pat Bev got a little beef or something with everybody because he went on a limb and said Dame Lillard wasn't a Hall of Famer. Now, we won't get into that. Dame Lillard not a Hall of Famer. Where you get that from? How'd you get there? Like, here's the thing. I'll get to that on a Wednesday show. But the fact that you think like Dame Lillard not a Hall of Famer, see, this is what I'm saying about that whole loyalty thing. Because when you're sitting there losing for 10 years and you're struggling and you trying to get past the Western Conference Finals your whole goddamn life, people discredit you. People discredit you. People forget that you changed the game. You had to guard you from right after half court. People forget that you hit the biggest shots on closeout series games. People forget about that. People forget you scored 71. You dropped 50 in the playoffs. People forget about that type of stuff. So when y'all say, oh, you better be loyal. This is the results. You get guys like Patrick Beverley saying crazy stuff. Patrick Beverley thinks James Harden wasn't better than D-Wade. You know why? Because D-Wade spent the last several years of his career injured. That's why. So that's what you remember. That's what you recollect. But you forgot about D-Wade in 06, bro. You forgot about D-Wade on 08-09 season game. So let's be clear. D-Wade is definitely better than James Harden.
But should we take that under consideration though?
What you want to take it under?
If player A was able to play longer, more consistent than player B, especially in the prime years, does not mean that they're better.
No. Here's the reason why, right? Because if James Harden is playing healthy, but not winning a championship, not Finals MVP, then there's some series. Listen, by the way, James Harden is not too far behind D-Wade. But when it comes to who I want playing on both sides of the ball, I got to go with D-Wade. James Harden has let a lot of teams down with his defensive efforts. So it could mean that. We could say that. We could say, oh, yeah, well, he played longer, he did this. But at the end of the day, we got to look at when you say a better player, not skill, because guys can be more skilled than you, but not a better player. I've played with guys who were more skilled than me, but they wasn't better players. They couldn't play defense. They wasn't tough. They couldn't talk on defense. They couldn't get to the basket like me. They couldn't read the defense like me, but they might be more skilled. They might be able to do some footwork stuff. They might be able to shoot the shot off the screen better than me. Sure. They might have more skills in those regards. But that's because your skill doesn't mean you're a better player. NCAA is almost to an end. We're now to the Final Four, and your top prospects are out of the tournament. Your top NBA prospects is out of the tournament, man. E, did you get a chance to watch any of these guys play?
Nah, I didn't.
Let's talk about these guys, bro. You got De'Aaron Peterson, AJ DeBanta, Cameron Boozer, Caleb, right?
Caleb,
excuse me. I always do that. Caleb and Darius Acup and Kingston Flemings. That's your top 6 guys. That's picked to be the top in the draft, right? But they're out of the tournament. Now, after watching the tournament, I had to move my list around a little bit. I had De'Aaron Peterson number 1, but then I'm like, you know. I think they're going to move him down because of the stuff off the court. Not because of skill. But they're going to move him down. I don't think he go number 1. I like AJ DeBanta, though. Have you got a chance to watch AJ?
No, I saw his game.
I like his game. I think AJ, he is a player who's ready to play now. He wants to play defense. He's a team player. He run the court. He's a slasher. His shot may need a little bit development. But nonetheless, he's going to get enough shots up in the game where he start to feel confident and comfortable with shooting that 3 ball. De'Aaron Peterson, I like his game because it's a explosive and quick game. He gets to the point. He know how to work off screens. He know how to use on-ball screens. He gets to the basket. He's explosive. I like his game. I truly do. To me, he is a very polished Malik Monk. And I know people are like, oh, Malik Monk. because you're thinking of Malik Monk in the NBA. You're thinking of Malik Monk who has to have a role in the NBA. But when you think about Malik Monk who played for Kentucky, different animal. He's a different animal. Same thing for De'Aaron Peterson. Played great for Kansas. But I'm not ready to say, oh, he reminds me of Kobe. Kobe was great. Last I saw Kobe, he did great things. I have to see De'Aaron Peterson in the league say he did great things. Malik Monk, he's had decent years. Let's say decent years, good years. That's where I see De'Aaron Peterson. He'll have good years. Now his work ethic can get him to great years. That's where I got Kobe. But I'm not ready to compare him to the greats yet. I'm just not. Behind him is Cameron Boozer. Cameron Boozer, his dad is Carlos Boozer. Carlos Boozer was pretty good. I like Carlos, but I like Carlos Boozer more for Duke than I did for him. Actually, I liked him for Utah too. You see that was before your time, E.
Yeah.
That was before your time. You don't remember them Darren Williams and Utah in them Carlos Boozer days.
Nah, bro.
You don't remember them days, bro. They tried to make it seem like they was Stockton and Karl Malone. The next one, they wasn't it though. They got there though. I think they got to the Western Conference Finals. But nonetheless, Cameron Boozer averaged 22 points, 10 and 4 this year. Here's the thing, right? I'm not taking away from any of the college guys, but college and pro games are completely different. Now, for instance, a guy like Cameron Boozer might not average a 22 and 10 in the NBA because the NBA style is different. They're not gonna let you ain't banging down low pause all game, or you gotta be quick with that shot. You gotta make up your mind quick. But it's still time left. There's still time left, man. There's still time left for you to train and work out and get prepared for the season. A guy like AJ DeBanter, he can fit right in. I think he's probably goes to Utah. I think De'Aaron Peterson would be great for the Wizards.
The Wizards?
Yeah, I think he'd be great for the Wizards.
They got Trae Young over there though.
They got Trae Young, but Trae Young, he's a point guard.
De'Aaron Peterson, you two guard?
He a two guard. I don't think they're gonna put him at. He's like 6'6".
Oh, De'Aaron Peterson 6'6"?
Yeah, he's 6'6".
Oh, I'm thinking he's like 6'3", 6'4".
Nah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how good he is.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But he's like 6'6". I mean, Malik Monk you probably get him from Malik Monk because Malik Monk was 6'3".
Okay.
You know, or is 6'3", not was. He is 6'3". Then you got Darius Acuff.
That's a guard I like.
You like Darius Acuff? I like him, man.
He's tough, bro.
See, it's going. I don't know. I want to see what team he goes to. You know, his ability doesn't bother me. His landing of team bothers me. Mm-hmm. Who's going to let him do him? You know? Yeah. You know, so that's AI loves him. Allen Iverson, that's the only AI we know. Allen Iverson loves him. He helped him get a deal with Reebok. And he has some great things to say about him. I think so. He probably thinks Darius Acuff can be the next Allen Iverson. He can ball though. I think when he get in that open court, he's gonna be able to showcase his skills. But you have so many guards like him in the league.
What if you go to Brooklyn?
If you go to Brooklyn, I mean, yeah, that's an opportunity for him. Yeah. I think I can't think of another guard that's gonna play like him for the Brooklyn Nets.
You think a guard like him, he needs a ball in his hand to like showcase his skill? Really?
He's a scorer, right? Mm-hmm. Like you look at a guy. So Darius Acuff and Derrick Rose both played for John Calipari. Okay. John Calipari, Derrick Rose averaged 14 points for John Calipari. Darius Acuff averaged 23 for John Calipari. I'm not sitting here saying that one is score better than the other, but I am saying that John Calipari runs the same system most times. And to have a guard that score 23, most times his guards score about 14 points, 15 points. It's nothing crazy, but they have NBA talent. Yeah. For him to score 23, I think once he get in the NBA, that goes up. Mm-hmm. And maybe he doesn't get to 23 or 25 points, but I'm saying I think he can keep that because now he can shoot the ball faster. He can get out in the open court. He can be himself. Mm-hmm. He can be himself. When you play in the pro level, it's like moving the ball fast, but you playing at a high level. You also playing with a sense of entertainment to the fans. Yeah. Then Kingston Flemings. Kingston Flemings, I like his game. I actually seen him in high school.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I seen a couple videos, not in person, but I seen him a couple videos of him in high school. True leader, always talking on the court. Also watched him in Houston. He averaged 16 points, 4 and 5 this year. He's a player who I think gonna need some development. I don't think he goes in and just scores the points he's scoring. I think he would get some time, of course, because he's gonna be top. He's gonna be lottery. He's definitely gonna be lottery. I have him around like 6 or 7, but he's a guy who's gonna develop. But I like this though. I like this group. I'm very excited to see what they bring to the NBA, what they bring to the fans. I got no more to say about that, man. What about you?
I think it's a good group. I think it's going to be a really good draft class.
Yeah, for sure. And before we wrap it up, man, I want to talk about what I like about the athlete's mindset, bro. Like I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, yo, why do you love basketball? Like, why do you love watching basketball? Why do you love watching it on TV? Now, here's what I say. The reason why I love it is because I'm watching guys who mastered their craft. I'm watching what it looks like when you have a routine. Most great players have a routine. I wake up at 4, I do this, I do that, woo, woo. I'm watching guys who understands what it takes to be great, the discipline that they have. And watching these guys, you can apply it to your own life. Having discipline, having routines. If you listen to the post games. Listen to how they handle problems. It was a bad shooting night for us, but it's just one game. We'll be back tomorrow. Got to get back to the lab. That's how you should handle a lot of life problems. Look how they celebrate. OKC changed the game. Everybody now, every team does it. Yo, he got an interview. We all got an interview. Let's all sit around. And when they in an interview, they score 50, 60 points. Man, my teammates did a good job getting me the ball, my spots that I needed. That's how you should handle your success. Nobody wins alone. I know they telling you Jordan won by himself. He didn't win alone, bro. Because if he won alone, he would have won when he averaged 37 points. He would have won that year. Now, that's no knock on Jordan, because y'all might take that as a knock because y'all want to believe that Jordan did it by himself. But that's not a knock. I'm just letting you know nobody does it alone. So when I watch these athletes, I don't judge them by the failures. I judge them by how they handle failures, how they bounce back. That's something we all can learn from them, man. And I truly enjoy watching basketball for that reason. If you don't understand, I'm not worried about it because real hoopers understand. Make sure you guys leave a like, a comment. You got something for me?
Nah, bro, that's a new.
Huh?
That's a new quote, bro.
What? Real hoopers understand?
Yeah.
No, you listen, bro. Speaking of real hoopers, make sure you get a real hooper hoodie, man. Make sure you go to goalsactivewear.com. You get 15% off if you use code Real Hoopers at checkout. Real hoopers understand it, man. Yes, it should be a new quote. It should be. Real hoopers understand. If you don't like what I'm putting out, probably never play basketball. That's just what it is. You probably never play basketball, and you just want me to sit and read a bunch of stats. I'm speaking from a basketball perspective. Most real hoopers gonna be like, I see what he's saying. We might disagree. We ain't supposed to agree with everything. No such thing. We ain't dating. We ain't gotta agree with everything. Even when you're dating someone, you don't agree with everything. But we don't supposed to take it offensive. We don't supposed to make it sound, oh, you don't know nothing about crying and shit, man. But yeah, man, real hoopers understand, man. Make sure y'all lock in. Make sure y'all follow us on all platforms. Score Society. Right now, we trying to get our Instagram back. We still have Score Society merch. That we still have that page. But if you're an Instagram person, just be patient. For now, follow us on Score Society merch page. Until next time, make sure you guys think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society.